I chose Haiti. I chose the Caribbean. I chose my people. I chose me. I chose life. I chose nature. I chose peace. I chose assertiveness. But I will repeat that again. I chose Haiti. So some people won't understand why I made that move. In a delicate situation like the one we're in, Haitians right now, we feel the pressure of the world turning their back on us and telling us what we should do, right? We should run, we should flee, we should ask for help, etc., etc. But I wonder if we ever wondered what the real solution is. And I know fleeing is part of it. It's a survival response, and it's okay. I'm not trying to blame people because I am not in Haiti right now, so I'm not in a place to be telling people don't don't flee because I'm not directly affected by what's going there. I mean, I'm affected in many ways, but I'm not there. I'm not living the fear myself to that extent. I do have fear regarding certain things, but you know. So I'm not one to say I'm not the I'm not in a good place to be telling you to be telling people to flee, not to flee, right? But I think as a major response, as a major as a better maybe response, what am I saying? A better response would be to love ourselves. It's to love ourselves. If we if we learn to say, you know what, I choose myself. Whatever happens, good and bad times, I will choose myself and my people over and over again. This is over. It's over. It's over. So that's why I chose to do something that my passport allows me to do. Because I was doing the asylum process in Canada. So I don't know if now, for some reason, I feel some type of way about sharing this um, because it's quite private, right? But I was doing the asylum process. It was what many people recommended. And I remember some people telling me how I should just give, because part of the asylum process is to give up your passport. You have to give it away to, well, in my case, it was Canada. I don't know if all the countries do the same, but you have to give your passport. You're not allowed to get it back unless you file a request to get it back, and I think you have to give explanations and them deciding if they're returning it or not. I don't know, it's a whole process. So basically you would be getting another passport, um, which it's not exactly a passport. In the international community we don't call that a passport. It's called a document de voyage, a travel document, right? But it's not technically a passport. To me, it's a passport, just a passport. It's not a different name. So you get it is very similar to a passport physically, and that's where they would put your visas and everything. So basically, let's say you give away your passport, and then at some point you receive a travel document which is under the protection. So you are technically under the protection of the Canadian government. So whatever visa or immigration process you're starting, you would start it with that travel document, um, because you wouldn't be able to use yours. obviously, you are able to, let's say, um, I guess, stop the process. You could go to your country and issue another one if you decide to go to your country. That's for that's that would be possible, but that also means that you're losing everything. They're losing the protection they're offering you, the benefits, and the advantages. You're just gonna lose everything. And if you had requested um, a visa or something on that travel document, I think you're losing it too because you're no longer under the protection of the Canadian government. And I'm saying Canada because I was in Canada, but I don't know if other countries do it in the same way. So yeah, because I know there is international laws in place for um, asylum seeking, but I know that each country usually have their own policies for this kind of processes. So, but the point being, the point is that I decided to give that up, even though for for some people, I mean, even though it was very attractive, I mean, it wasn't attractive to me at all, but it could be attractive in the sense that there are many benefits you would get. I would get the permanent residency. I would get a temporary residency first, and then permanent residency in a relatively short period compared to the regular process, the usual process. But again, that's a case per case thing. There's no guarantee. So some people get it really fast and some don't. Um, and I would get, you know, an amount from the government giving help, right? They would give me like some money per month. I think it's something around 600 or 700. And then they would give me a work permit, etc. So for a person who's been dealing with immigration problems for a while, this looks like the golden opportunity. Um, and it is for some people. You know, I'm not gonna take away. I'm not gonna try to belittle what it does for people. But I think it's just a band-aid. It's just a band-aid because, especially for what's happening in Haiti and in other Caribbean countries and in Africa and stuff like that, this is this is just a way to compensate what other countries are doing to less developed countries. I have a whole perception. I have a different perception on what development means. So that could be, um, that's also something I need to discuss with you guys, but um, I need to share with you guys. Okay, so the plumber is here. I'm gonna stop the video here. Maybe continue some other time. We'll see.